Good morning, lovely people. Welcome back to my channel. Happy vlogmas. I'm sitting here at my desk in my studio thinking, should I get some knitting done this morning or should I go work in the garden? Because we're having a unseasonably warm week and I have been neglecting her. You know what? That's my answer. That's my answer. Let's just go outside. Let's go outside. We have some updating we need to do with the garden. All right, so it is technically winter, but like I said, it's been unseasonably warm. It's been like in the 60s this week, and right now it's early. It's like 8 a.m. I think it's the perfect time, honestly, for me to come out here and try and get some work done and with you guys, because my neighbor's dogs aren't out yet. You hear that? Silence. Love to hear it. What have you guys been missing? Let me just show you what it's looking like. The garden has been out of commission for the last like month or so. I did a little bit of cleanup like at the end of the fall. I removed all of my squash plants and things like that because they were looking disgusting and had a bunch of mildew on them, but that's about as far as I went. Oh, and I took down the tomatoes and that type of stuff, like, right? But then I was like, okay, I'm gonna go about my life now, and I didn't do anything else. So this is what we're dealing with. I still have some carrots and this celery, I'm not sure, but it wants to be alive, but it's also kind of dead. Like, it's smelling disgusting out here. Like, look at all this rotten cabbage. Like, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. All right, so with that being said, I'm just gonna jump right in and start cleaning out these dead plants. I like to cut my plants at the base of the plant, right above the soil line, keep the roots in the soil to give back to the soil, add nutrients to the soil. It will break down over time, and it's also a way that I don't disturb my soil. And then I think I will put like a nice little layer of hay over the whole thing. I have extra hay right there. It's been sitting there since last season, and the hay just helps insulate the soil, keep it warmer, which means I could like plant seeds in it sooner in the spring if the soil isn't as frozen because it's been insulated. See what I mean? And it just minimizes any type of soil erosion that can happen. I live in a very windy place, so that's also a factor I have to consider. But wintertime is like that time where we are like breaking down, resting, and planning for the future. And I feel like I'm definitely in that mindset. It's still kind of alive, but it's also very wilted and gross because it has been snowed on multiple times. So I am also going to cut this at the base. I have been harvesting my celery by the head, by cutting it at the base and leaving the roots in the ground all season. And then I noticed I have some little new growth in one of the empty spots where I left the roots. So I think the celery may come back next spring. And so I'm going to, again, cut it at the base and put a nice layer of hay on top. And hopefully it comes back in the spring, because that'll be really nice to have like a second generation of the celery, because it did really well. I think I grew 8 heads of celery and got through all of them except for 2. So that's pretty good. I'm also finding so many sleeping ladybugs in my leaves and in the garden bed itself, which is a really great sign. And that's another reason why you don't want to be removing your leaves, and like leave a section of leaves somewhere on your property for the little buggies and the animals to overwinter. I love the ladybugs. They eat up the aphids in my garden, so I definitely want them overwintering here. I really struggled this year with trying to grow anything along the fence. My intention when I designed this garden was that this would be a bed of greens back here, but I literally could not get any lettuce to grow back here. The lettuce starts that I put back here literally stunted and did not grow. They stayed this little the entire season, and I just don't think it's enough sun in the summertime back here. And like, even look at how these collard greens grew. Look at the stalk. This is how they grew. They grew out towards the front of the bed looking for sun. So I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do what I thought I could do back here. And so I'm going to really need to do some research on what I should grow back here, because it's more shaded than I was expecting, I guess. I also tried to grow onions right here in this corner. I planted like, I don't know, like 20 onion starts in this like huge section. Nothing. I got nothing. Like it was just disappointment city. And that's a good chunk of real estate of my garden. So like, I have to figure something out. Like, I don't know if I need to grow the lettuce starts more before I put them out, or I don't know. Maybe I need to transfer. I don't know, do strawberries grow in shade? I could transfer my strawberries back here and then use these beds to grow stuff. But I don't know. I really don't know. I need to do some research. If you have any ideas or tips for me, leave them in the comments below with the information I just gave you. Like, I don't know. This was my feeble attempt at trying to protect my pumpkins from being eaten by the squirrels, which is ridiculous to have to do, but here we are. These pumpkins have not been attached to vines in weeks and somehow still went from green to orange. They've been snowed on and they are most definitely not edible and probably really gross. So let's disassemble this. Yeah, I'm not proud of that. That was gross. That was really gross. But all the plants that I wanted to remove, all the dead things are gone. this is where we are. It's looking very, very bare. What's left are flowers. I have marigolds right here, and I have zinnias right here. And I'm gonna leave those for the bugs, but I am going to deadhead, oh, can't see me. I am going to deadhead the flowers off of them like this. You see this little dead flower? I'm going to cut that off and collect it in a jar because there are seeds in there. And I'm gonna use those seeds in the spring to grow more flowers. All right, I got my seed jars. I may end up needing to get more, but these are what I've already been collecting all fall and honestly throughout the end of the summer as well. But this is my little jar of zinnias, my marigolds. I'm gonna collect these guys and leave the rest. And I also need to water my carrots because they're looking really raggedy, but they're in there. This is a giant zinnia dried flower head. I have plucked all the petals off, which was around this perimeter right here. And then inside, all these little brown textured bits up here, that's all the like ends of seeds. And the seeds are kind of like reeded looking. I'll show you. Like that. These are seeds. And marigolds are not a perennial, nor are zinnias. But because you can collect the dried flower heads and harvest the seeds from them, they kind of act like perennials because you don't have to buy them again. It's kind of awesome. Alright, I do have some potted plants on my porch that need some love. They have dead things in them. I need to get a new jar to collect these heads. But the strawberry transplants that I moved this fall, I am very happy that they all took. I put them all over the property, even over here in the herb bed, and even some in my front yard. And they all look great. And if you remember, I propagated all of these strawberry plants from my strawberry beds in the vegetable garden. This basil gotta go, but I want to get these seeds. These are basil seeds up here. All right, it's been a little while, maybe like an hour. The sun is out, the clouds have gone away. It's so much warmer out here now, and I've done some things. I was just like, this is boring to record, but I put down hay around the entire garden. It looks so much more tidy. I also kind of piled some more leaves on top of the strawberry beds just for like that type of like leaf mulch. And then I used my leaf blower to blow out all of the pathways as best as I can and like clean up a lot of the leaves out of the pathways because I don't want the leaves to be breaking down and turning into dirt in the rocks, because then that's how you get weeds. So don't want that. cleaned that up, and then I collected all those seeds like I told you guys. And for the last task, I'm going to organize my seeds that I've collected from the season and get those a little more organized and labeled so that going into the spring I'll be on top of it. So let's go do that, and then I'm going to be done with gardening for the day. I keep my seed packets in these, like a photo album, and at the end of the season last year I did not put any of my seeds back. I just like look at this, I just like tucked them in here. So I'm going to put this stuff away where it belongs, and then I'll show you what it looks like. That is a wrap on the winter garden update and the 2025 garden season. I am feeling all right about how it went. I mean, I'm proud that I even tried and made an effort. I did not have like my best season ever by any means, but we learned some things, we established some things, and it was a good time. And look at how thick my freaking seed book is now. That is awesome. I'm really looking forward to building off what I did this year next year, and we only have a couple of months before we're getting started, so I'm so hyped to be planning out what I want to grow next year. Let me know if you're feeling the same. Have you put your garden to bed yet? And what you're looking forward to growing next year. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!